Full 10,000 word motivational script inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger leaves the audience speechless. Introduction: The Power of Vision. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine standing at the edge of the world, looking out into the horizon where your dreams seem too far to reach. I want you to remember that every champion, every leader, every person who ever made history, once stood exactly where you are standing, full of doubts, full of fears, but also full of possibilities. When I came to the United States, I was just a young man with a heavy accent, a suitcase filled with hopes, and a dream that sounded ridiculous to everyone around me. I dreamed of becoming the best bodybuilder in the world, then a Hollywood star, and one day, even a public servant who would change the lives of millions. People laughed. They told me it was impossible. They said, "Arnold, stay in your lane. Be realistic. You don't belong here." But you see, I did not come here to belong. I came here to build. I came here to create a life that no one thought was possible. Lesson 1: Have a clear vision. You cannot climb a mountain if you don't know which peak you are heading to. You cannot build a skyscraper without a blueprint. And you cannot live a fulfilled life without a clear vision. When I first started bodybuilding, my vision was crystal clear. I wanted to be Mr. Universe. I would cut out pictures, pin them to my wall, and see them every single day. My vision was not just a wish, it was a plan written in my mind. So ask yourself today, what is your vision? Not what your parents want. Not what your friends expect. What do you truly see when you close your eyes? Your vision is your internal GPS. It will guide you when people doubt you, when you fail, when the nights feel long and the mornings feel cold. Without it, you will drift. With it, you will conquer. Lesson 2: Do not be afraid to fail. I failed countless times. I lost competitions. I was rejected from auditions. I was told my accent was too thick, my name was too strange, my muscles were too big. Hollywood told me, it will never work. But here's the truth: failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every failure is a stepping stone, a lesson that refines your craft, sharpens your mind, and strengthens your spirit. When you fail, you learn. When you stop trying, you lose. So, never fear failure. Fear comfort. Because comfort is the graveyard of greatness. Lesson 3: Work harder than you think is possible. There is no shortcut. No magic pill. No overnight success. When I trained for Mr. Olympia, I worked out 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. I studied acting at night. I took business classes. I learned English line by line, word by word. While others were sleeping, I was building. Hard work is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. If you are not willing to work harder than the next person, then be ready to settle for less than the life you imagine. Lesson 4: Ignore the naysayers. The world will always be full of people who tell you why it cannot be done. They will project their fears onto you. They will call your dreams unrealistic because they gave up on theirs. Ignore them. The naysayers told me, you will never make it in bodybuilding. You will never make it in Hollywood. You will never succeed in politics. And yet, every never became a chapter of victory in my story. You do not need their approval. you need your commitment. Lesson 5. Break the rules, ethically. Now, don't misunderstand me, I am not telling you to break the law. I am telling you to break the rules of imitation. The rules that say, this is how it's always been done. If I had followed the rules, I would have never been a movie star with an accent. I would have never run for office as an immigrant. I would have never built a career that crossed so many boundaries. Sometimes, to create a new path, you must be willing to step outside the old one. Lesson 6. Give back. Success means nothing if it ends with you. The real purpose of success is to lift others. That is why I dedicated my life after movies to public service, to environmental work, to children's programs, to supporting the dreams of those who come after me. You will find the deepest satisfaction not in what you take, but in what you give. The journey of a dreamer. Let me tell you something personal. When I first arrived in America, I was a stranger in a strange land. I lived in a small apartment, I worked in construction, and I struggled with the language. But every night, I would visualize the life I wanted. Visualization is not magic. It is direction. It makes your mind work toward your goal, even when the world pulls you elsewhere. Day by day, rep by rep, audition by audition, I built the life I saw in my mind. The call to action. So today, I challenge you, A. Define your vision. A. Accept failure as a teacher. A. Work harder than your excuses. A. Silence the naysayers. A. Break the rules of fear. A. And give back when you rise. You have everything you need already within you. The question is, will you use it? Closing. Your time is now. When I was young, I believed that America was the land of opportunity. I still believe that. But opportunity is not something you wait for, it is something you create. The world does not owe you your dream. You owe the world your effort. So stop waiting. Start building. And one day, the same people who doubted you will stand and clap as you leave them speechless. Thank you.